All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Phil Nagy for Nagy on Sports here with our Week 12 wrap-up in our sim season. Let's get to the scores without further ado. The Colts took care of the Texans 27-17 in that tight AFC South division. Browns continue to remain undefeated. 21-16 was a little bit of a tougher game, if you remember, 21-16. Tampa Bay going to fall to the Saints. That's a big one, is that NFC South starts to tighten up a little bit, 28-21. The Bengals took care of the Chargers. How about that? 24-21. Bengals win. Buffalo beats the Jets. We watched that one 16-13, 31-13. Patriots repeating their Super Bowl performance win over the Falcons. Of course, remember they came back that year. 31-7. The Dolphins are just terrible in our game. 17-14. Seahawks beat the Rams. Baltimore over Vegas 33-28. The 49ers are going to beat the Cardinals by 1 point, 24-23 in that AFC West. How about Jacksonville getting over Denver 24-21, 40-0. Pittsburgh is awful in our sim, and Aaron Rodgers put the beat down on there. Kansas City hanging tough with with the Chargers at the top of the West, 21-13. Bears beating the Lions 24-17 to stay atop the Norris division. 30-24 Eagles. Jalen Hurts, a little bit of a stunner over Dak and the boys, 30-24. And then again, we just watched the Panthers beat the Washington football team. So that will set up some Week 13 matchups here. Let's quickly go through them. And you remember you can vote on these matchups on our Discord channel by using the link in any of our videos. Please join the Discord channel, and you can go to the Game of the Week poll every single week. We'll do it during the regular season too. Ravens at Texans, Falcons at Saints, 49ers at Lions, Broncos at Steelers, Seahawks at Bears. That'll be a good game. How about the football team at the Chiefs? Also a good game. Bills at Patriots will be a good game. Giants, Cowboys, Colts at Dolphins, Vikings at Rams, Cardinals at Eagles, Raiders at Chargers, Buccaneers at Panthers, Browns at Titans is going to be the nice Week 13 Sunday night matchup. Packers at Bengals, and then Jags at Jets. You got the old Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson matchup. So those are the Week 13 matchups coming up here in our sim season. Let's take a quick look at the standings as we always do. As we've talked about many times, the Browns continue to roll 11-0 now. Ravens separating themselves, securing themselves into the wild card most likely. Again, as we've talked about, the Steelers just being woeful. Colts pulling away just a little bit now, 7-4. Still Titans and Jags. How about Urban Meyer and the boys, 6-5? Texans still hanging around at 5-6. So that one's going to be tight all the way to the end. In the East, the Jets, but the Bills and the Patriots are starting to come again. As you see, they lost that game to fall to 8-3. A little bit of a crack in the armor, perhaps. So don't count out the Bills or the Patriots. Again, we talked about how terrible the Dolphins are. In the West, just a one-game lead for the Chiefs over the Chargers. Now, Broncos still trying to hang tough in the middle. Raiders pretty much thinking about replacing Derek Carr in the draft. How about in the North? 7-4 Packers, 7-4 Bears. Look at them, 2-4 in the NFL power rankings. So some solid play there, and that one's going to come down to an end-of-division game, I'm sure. Lions and Vikings not so good. In the South, talked about it, Buccaneers and Saints now tied atop. Falcons and even the Panthers hanging there. Everybody's within 2 games of the division, so still very, very close in the South. In the East, football team now with just a 2-game lead. It was 3 they lost, and so did the Giants and the Cowboys both lost. So nobody gained any ground. That's right, because the Eagles beat the Cowboys. So it's still a football team in the top. In the West, 6-5 for the 49ers and Seahawks. Rams and Cardinals starting to struggle with that 2-game difference now. Power rankings, again, we just talked about Browns at the top. Packers, Jets still at number 3. Then Bears, Ravens, Chiefs, football team, Colts, Bills, and then Saints. So a lot of AFC teams still here in the power rankings. Speaking of, now that we are through 12 weeks, we get to do a stat video, which is very exciting. So we'll do a quick look at the stats here in a second. But first I want to take you through if the season ended today, where would the playoffs be? Browns, of course, with the number 1 seed. Jets and Chargers would be 2-7. Chiefs and Bills would be 3-6. And Colts, Ravens would be 4-5. Packers would have the bye. 2-7 would be football team and 49ers. 3-6 would be Saints And Bears 4-5 would be Seahawks and Buccaneers. So every 4 weeks, again, we do bring you a video about the stats. So we're going to quickly update the league leaders in statistics here. We'll start with passing, as we always do. So passing leader in yards, Tom Brady, 33-36 right now. Justin Fields right behind him, 32-98. Then you got Matt Ryan and Josh Allen and just about Jared Goff and Trevor Lawrence in that 3,000-yard club. Then you start to drop off a little bit lower. So there they are. Passing touchdowns, no surprise. Tom Brady right there. How about Jameis Winston at 25, followed by Ryan and Fitzpatrick. Then you have Mahomes, Garoppolo, Stafford. Then you have Prescott, Newton, Hurts, Russell Wilson in the over 20 club. But there is Fields and Trevor Lawrence right there at 19, and Zach Wilson actually right there at 19 as well. Interesting, all the rookies have 19 touchdown passes. Most interceptions on the season right now, Ben Roethlisberger, just look at this, 9 TDs, 17 interceptions. He's throwing 55%. Just woeful for Big Ben. Then you got Wentz, then you got Fields, the rookie, Darnold, Goff, Matt Ryan, Bridgewater, Wilson, another rookie, Hurts, Brady. Look at Brady at 11. That's high for him. Russell Wilson, same thing. Prescott, Cousins, Stafford, Carr, Tua. So a lot of guys with 10 or more interceptions. Completion percentage. How about Justin Herbert at 72%? Then you're going to get Jordan Love, again, who played half the season. Then you're going to get Justin Fields, Burrow. Everybody else kind of hanging out here in the high 60s. There's Baker at 69% of his passes complete. Passer rating leader for people that have actually played. Aaron Rodgers, again, remember when they played half the season. Then look at Jameis Winston and then Tom Brady, Newton, Herbert, and Allen are the other three starters over 100. So those are your passing stats. For the runners of the football, 1,030 yards for Ezekiel Elliott, 923 for Henry, 917 for Kamara, 841 for Chris Carson. There you can see Nick Chubb at 805. Remember, Chubb missed, looks like he's played 2 less games than everybody else. You can see games played 9 versus everyone else playing 11. TDs, 9 for A.J. Dillon, second-year running back, and the power back there in Green Bay. And, of course, had an injury to Aaron Jones for a while. Then you got Tevin Coleman, David Montgomery, Kamara, Nick Chubb, Zeke, Run CMC, rookie Javonte Williams in Denver, Cam Akers. Oh, rip Cam Akers' knee. Sorry, everybody. Didn't mean to bring it back up. Broken tackles, no surprise there. Nick Chubb leading the league, even with 2 less games played. 50 broken tackles, and his yards after contact are just silly at 424. Long rush of the year belongs to Mike Davis. That's right, Mike Davis and Christian McCaffrey, teammates, both in that. Zeke and Chubb right there at the tops, and Derrick Henry in terms of yards gained per game. Receiving, leading receiver by catches is going to be the tight end Adam Troutman. Then you're going to get Chris Godwin, A.J. Brown, McCole Hardman, and Devontae Adams are the only 5 in the 70 club. Then you're going to get tight ends Jack Doyle, Keenan Allen, Mark Andrews, Robinson, Evans, Thomas, Funchess, Cook, Hunter Henry, Gage. How about Gage, the number 2 receiver in Hotlanta, behind Ridley? Now that Julio has moved on. DJ Moore, Chark, Dan Arnold, Herndon, and Berkshire, then Goddard and Samuel in the 60 and over club. Yardage gain, league leader is Allen Robinson. Then you're going to have Gage, Evans, Diggs, and Devontae Adams, your receivers who are over. Average in the game, Preston, well, he just has 2 catches. Hey, there's Anthony Schwartz's average is pretty good. In terms of big-time catches, you're going to have Terry McLaurin. There's Kadarius Toney, the rookie. Stephon Diggs. There's Thielen. There's Anthony Miller. Again, most of those stats are with the Bears before going to the Texans. So no real major surprises there. Touchdowns receiving touchdowns. Odell Beckham leads with 10, 9 for Irv Smith, 8 for Debo, Mike Thomas, Kendrick Bourne, Christian Kirk, and Gronk. Yards after the catch, Albert Wilson, Sterling Shepard, Kadarius Toney, Mike Thomas, Gage, and Kittle. Our leaders there. Receiving long this year, Chase Claypool has an 87-yarder. 80 for DK Metcalf, 79 for Beckham. It doesn't show you drops, which I wish it showed you, but oh well. Not my stat. Actually, you know what, just for funsies, let's look at it. Who's given up the most sacks? Chukwuma Okafor from the Steelers. And Zach Banner from the Steelers. So there you go. There's the right and the left tackle for the Steelers. Then you're going to get Nate Solder and Donovan Smith and Alex Lewis, Billy Turner. And here's the rest of the Cats. Jack Conklin giving up 10 on that list. So there you go, in case you wanted to know. All right, defensively speaking, leading tacklers. Jelani Tavai already at $125. Milano, Edmonds, the teammates right there. And Levante David. There's Cole Holcomb over the 120 Cub. Wilson, Mosley, Van Der Esch, Smith, Murray, Kirksey, Kwiatkowski, Kendricks, Deion Jones, and Patrick Queen, all in the 100 or more club. Leading TFL, how about Calais Campbell? No surprise there. Double the amount of anybody else with 30, which is just bonkers because that's what he does. Sacks, of course, I'm still not sure why they don't put Myles Garrett on here. He does have more than this. Sometimes it might be maybe a minimum sack thing. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, because he missed some time. Anyway, Aaron Donald with 16. Miller with 15. Vita Vea, Nwosu, Forrest Buckner up there in the 14-plus club. Interceptions, 6 for Kendall Fuller. Johnny Johnson with 5. Carlton Davis, Alexander Moore, Hall, Johnson, Humphrey, and Peters with 4. Pass deflections, 14 for Mosley, 13 for Johnson. There's Greg Newsome, the rookie, with 11. And he also for Jordan. There's Jeff Okuda, Owuzie, and Jair Alexander. Catches allowed. The worst DBs are Justin Coleman, Shaq Griffin, Byron Murphy, Jerome Baker. I guess this is defenders as well. Tight ends throwing against them. All of these players have given up lots. Forced fumbles, 4 for Khalil Mack. For recovery, 2 for Aaron Donald. And then we're going to talk about defensive touchdowns. 3 for JJ3, 2 for Jair Alexander, Stephon Gilmore, and Amani Oruwariye. All right, so there are the statistics. We will go look at the Browns just because, like I said, for some reason it leaves them off for some things, which I don't understand. So, again, for Baker, currently he's thrown 69% of his passes, 16 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 26-64 in yardage. And Case Keenum, I think, just has a singular. He has been sacked 41 times, which we'd like to clean up if we had the ability to do so. For Chubb, he and Hunt at 805 and 670 running the football. Felton, which is 44. Janovich, 2 carries for 2 yards. Touchdowns, 7 and 5 respectively for those two. A lot of broken tackles for those runners as well. What a luxury to have both. Receiving, 53 catches for Beckham, 47 for Landry, 36 for Hoop, 22 for Higgins. I can do this math. 40 for Hunt, 27 for Chubb, then 22 for Higgins, 14 for Njoku, Schwartz with 10, Jano with 7, DPJ with 4, Felton with 4, Bryant with just 4 catches as well. Yardage-wise, it's Beckham and then Landry and then Hooper, and then Higgy. After that, touchdowns, of course, we talked about the 10 for Odell, then 2 for Landry, Hoop, and 2 for Schwartz on his 10 catches. Pretty good average for the rookie there. We talked about the long plays as well. Schwartz had that 42-yarder, that awesome touchdown run where he just ran past everybody, which is what we like to see. Blocking-wise, most sacks given up by Conklin, then Teller and Wills, then Hubbs, then Treader, Batonio, and apparently Drew Forbes played 79 downs as well at some point, and gave up 2 sacks in that process. That's not a great when you play. When you're giving up the same amount of sacks as somebody who's played 857. Defensively speaking, for the Browns, their leading tackler is Ronnie Harrison at 95, then Troy Hill, then Anthony Walker. Then you're going to get Newsome, JJ3, Delpit, and Tack McKinley before getting to Owusu Koromoa. TFL, 7 for Troy Hill, 6 for that quartet of defenders. How about sacks here? 19.5. Again, I'm not sure why it took both Browns off the list, but it did. So there are the Browns, 19.5 for Miles, 12.5 for Jadeveon Clowney, 9 for Tack, 5.5 for Malik, 3.5 for Marvin Wilson, 2.5 for Curtis Weaver, 2 for Elliott, 1.5, 1.5 sack. Interceptions, 7 for Denzel Ward. Similarly, not sure why it didn't put him on the list, but it didn't. He leads the league in interceptions with 7. Johnny Johnson III with 5. Newsome and Greedy each have 2. How about this? That can't be right. That can't be right that Denzel has allowed 0 catches, but that none of these guys have allowed 0 catches. Everybody on the team's allowed 0 catches. That's clearly not right. Pass deflections, 13 for Ward, 11 for Newsome, 9 for Anthony Walker. There's Clowney's 3 forced fumbles, 2 of them picked up by him, 2 picked up by Tack. Touchdowns. This led to 3 for JJ3, 2 for Tack, 2 for Denzel, and 2 for Clowney. So look at him. Half of the touchdowns are by defensive linemen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 defensive touchdowns and 2 safeties. That's a lot of points that your defense is contributing to the game for the Browns. Kicking, Cody Parkey is 21 of 23. That's 91%. I did kick a 58-yarder with him, 34 of 34 on extra points. Actually, the miss looked like it was, I don't know what all that stuff means, somewhere. Okay. Jamie Gillen punting the football, 52 punts. He's averaging 47.9 and a net of 41.7. 10 inside the 20. Only 6 touchbacks with a long of 67. Kick returning has not been great. Schwartz averaging 23 a pop. Only returns 21 kicks. Felton has had 42 punt returns, yet to really make an impact as well. So there we go. There's the stat video. There's the recap of the highlights. We'll also very quickly take a look at the yearly awards because people are weird about that and like to see that. Tom Brady currently leading the MVP voting. Boring. Coach of the year right now, Kevin Stefanski. Boring. No, I'm just kidding. The GOATs. They're the GOATs. Lamar Jackson leads AFC Player of the Year voting. No Browns on that list. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. Not sure why he's not in front of Calais Campbell, but he's not. Maybe it's because those 30 TFLs for Campbell. Trevor Lawrence, Rookie of the Year, over Wilson, and then ATN, and then Najee Harris. Bolton leading over Caleb Farley, Hamza Nasirildeen, and there's Greg Newsome II. Somehow Cam Newton, even though is going to be the best quarterback. There's Chubb, best running back. Beckham. Quentin Nelson leads a quartet of Browns there. Look, Teller and Batonio and Conklin and Treader. Everybody except Wills is on that list. There's Campbell in front of Garrett. There is Von Miller. There's Denzel Ward along with JJ3 right there, 1-2. Again, their defense has been so good. There's Parkey as well. NFC, you got Jameis Winston at the top. You got Aaron Donald, no surprises. Whoops, sorry, went a little too fast. Justin Fields right now is your offensive Rookie of the Year, rightfully so. Jamin Davis, your defensive Rookie of the Year. Tom Brady, best quarterback, surprise. Best running back, Alvin Kamara, no surprise. Allen Robinson's had a great year with Fields. O-line is Bakhtiari in front of Zach Martin. There is Aaron Donald. There's Khalil Mack. There is Kendall Fuller in front of Carlton Davis and Jair Alexander. And then Greg the Leg in front of Joey Sly. All right, that's enough of me yapping. Take care of yourselves. Be good. And as always, go Browns!